Thanks for joining us for another episode of Helpful Hints. I am Brad from the Security Department. With me today is Assistant Manager Carla. So today we're going to be showing you some tips about disaster preparedness because September is Disaster Preparedness Month.
That's right. Thank you, Brad. Rebuilding after a disaster or an emergency is a difficult thing for anybody of any level of income. It's important to have easy access to the forms that you'll need, your financial forms, your medical forms, or any other important documents that are suited for you.
First, we should tell you that you should keep some emergency funds on hand. Not everyone can afford the same amount to be set aside, but you should have something set aside just for emergencies. This can be either bank accounts just for emergencies, or it can be cash kept at home. If you do keep cash at home, though, make sure it's in a secure place. Use a safe if you can. Just make sure that wherever you keep it, it is waterproof and fireproof. You're also going to want to keep copies of documents. Lots and lots of documents.
That's very true. So you want to make sure you have a photocopy of your photo ID, whether your driver's license, veteran's ID. You want to have a copy of your birth certificate, social security card, any insurance forms. And also your pet's ID. They're important too.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Do keep in mind your financial documents as well. You will need tax forms for FEMA. Keep a photocopy of your debit card and your credit card. Also, make sure you know your bank account numbers.
Okay, good. Yeah. Also, you're going to need, and it is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
So your medical information. If you're undergoing care at the time that this emergency happens, you want to make sure you can continue that. So you want a copy of the doctor's phone number. You also want your medical records as well as all of your immunizations, and also have a copy of your health insurance card.
Mm-hmm. Carla mentioned doctor's phone number. Other contact information you should keep is your insurance agent. That's very important. Also, contact information for your bank as well. So where do you store all these documents? You have options. You can keep them just as photocopies in paper, just like your cash at home. If you do that, make sure it's in a secure place, just like your cash. So someplace that is waterproof and fireproof. You can keep all of these saved onto a flash drive. If you do that, make sure that it is password protected. You can also keep them saved digitally in the cloud, but just like the flash drive, make sure that it is password protected.
So Brad, while we're talking about saving things, what about our family photos and valuables?
Very important as well.
Yeah.
So for photos, definitely keep copies of those. That's something that you can save on the flash drive or digitally online as well. Yes. We do recommend that you do keep multiple copies. So make sure you have copies securely saved in your home, but also it would be worth it to get a safe deposit box at your bank. That way, if you can't make it into your house because of a disaster, you will still have access to those important documents.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
So just to wrap it up, the two most important things are keep copies of important documents and know where to store them. So you want to keep a place in your house where you can store them so you have easy access. But if something happens where you don't have that opportunity, you can keep it at your bank in a safe deposit box. So with all that being said, you want to prepare for the worst, but we're going to hope for the best.
Always.
Thank you. My name's Carla. This is Brad. Thanks for joining us.